Hello everybody, Joseph Smith at Travel Tax here. Today is March 20th, 2020. We are keeping you up to date on the changing deadlines both for filing and for payment during this unprecedented time in our world history with the COVID pandemic that has affected many all over the world, and especially a number of our clients who, even as we speak, are on lockdown or caring for many of those that are infected with the virus. And in just a minute, I'm going to go over the U.S. and Canadian filing deadlines as they stand now, and talk about what we're doing here at Travel Tax for all of our clients. But first, it's our hope that each of you, whether you're clients or not, are taking the appropriate measures to keep yourselves safe and being in a safe place. And those of you that are on the front lines, we stand behind you and are praying for you on a regular basis as too. The U.S. deadline, IRS announced today that the due date for returns has now been extended to July 15th. Previously, the IRS had extended the payment deadline to July 15th, but not the filing deadline. And with pressure from the Trump administration, as well as seeing the numbers of returns were lagging way behind what was filed at this point last year, they decided to match both the payment and the filing deadline. So for right now, the U.S. filing as well as payment deadline, both for individuals and corporations, is July 15th. We expect to see some guidance coming out on Monday because for partnerships and S-Corps, the due date was March 15th, which is already passed before this announcement. On the Canadian side, the due date for returns was already extended to July 1st, both by the Canada Revenue Agency and by Revenue Quebec, and the payment deadline was also extended to July 31st. So there's a little bit of mismatch there. You have a June 1st deadline for the tax returns, but a payment deadline of July 31st. And given the U.S. changes, we might see some changes on the Canadian side as well. Now, what are we doing here at Travel Tax? All of us are working just as hard. We pretty much are in our own offices, so we have a certain safe distance between each other. But we're working hard, no lags here to continue processing your returns. We recognize that some of you are enduring some significant hardships, as I mentioned before, either on lockdown or just do not have access to your records. For those of you that have already been informed that you are having extensions filed, well, now with the extension of the deadline, if you already have your items in our office, you will be filed by the due date on time unless you have some lingering documents that need to be retrieved. Now, we have set an internal deadline for U.S. returns of June 30th to begin filing extensions for new submissions by that time, but we are still a ways off for that, and that date might change, but we're still in the middle of March right now. It's going to be a long time before we get to June. And for the Canadian side, this means the majority of you are going to be filed on time pending those of you that are cross-border and need more further proof for your foreign credits, which will be highly dependent upon being able to get that documentation from U.S. sources. But the big picture here, you have extended deadlines that are again subject to change during this unprecedented time. And again, we hope you keep safe and look for further updates. And as always, click the subscribe button if you have not already done so you can keep abreast of the changes through YouTube. And of course, watch our blog as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@traveltax.com or call our office. So we wish you a safe weekend. Get the rest you need, because we're certainly spending a little bit more time getting more sleep so we can keep serving you. Have a good night and a great weekend.